we're kind of late over here, but we are talking about, we're on the subject of God's promises for marriage, and Sweet Lips is in his feeling because someone said he had an ego.
Yeah, I'll forgive you for feeling that way about Sweet Lips got no egos. Sweet Lips is sweet. Very sweet. I'm loving.
Anyhow.
I'm just saying. Anita, you know, the cake was rising. You know, make the cake go down. I feel bad.
If you're too needy, stay away from me. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
See, I said the same thing, and y'all say I got an ego. That's all I'm saying.
No.
I don't need jack. Don't get me started. You and me gonna jump on me. I can cook. I can sew. I can do laundry. I know how to clean a house. Man, I can build a house. I can build some beds.
Oh, he can build some things.
Oh, okay, hold up. Only thing I want from a woman is just good companion, a good loving and some squeezing, a nice conversation once a month. Because I don't want nobody to talk too much. I can't take the talking. Oh, Lord, I can't take the talking. I can't, because I'm going to tell you the truth. If you talk too much, I'm cutting you off. I'm just basically looking at you. I ain't hearing nothing you're saying. Nothing. And at the end of everything, you be like, you understand what I'm saying? So, I'm going to say, yeah. And I ain't understand nothing you said in the first place. You lost me 20 minutes ago. That's all I'm saying. And if you're going to talk to me for a long time, talk about some good stuff. You know, man, let's talk about some good loving or something. I mean, I can talk about that all night.
And for those who missed Sexy Saturday, he was really trying to go on a long time. I had to cut that thing short. But, okay, so in hindsight, let's just put it that way, when it's all said and done, patience. We all need patience. Now, bearing with one another in love. This phrase emphasizes the importance of unconditional love in our interaction with fellow believers. We are called to bear with one another's weaknesses, faults, and struggles, showing compassion and understanding rather than judgment or condemnation. Love should be the motivation behind all of our actions and attitudes towards others. And so we just spoke about the patience and yes, and bearing one another in love and looking at our weaknesses.
Okay, yeah, I like that weakness part. Let's just tap on that.
Okay.
Sweet Lips has a weakness. Let me tell you what Sweet Lips is. See, I love an intelligent woman. See, Sweet Lips is intelligent. Sweet Lips is kind of good with the math. But see, I like a smart woman. My little weakness is I have a tendency sometimes that I just don't, well, no mind.
Oh, no. By all means, don't back out now. Just continue.
Jumping on sweetness, little weakness.
No. Everyone has a weakness, and that's what we're talking. We are to bear with each other's weaknesses. And I think that is very important because, like I said, when you look at your significant other, you want to look at that person like, I love that person. And to me, never mind what the world thinks, to me, that person is perfect for me. But that perfect person, there's bound to be weaknesses, and you cannot harp on their weaknesses because we all have weaknesses. So when you just ready to pounce on somebody for their weaknesses, when they return that favor back and start showing and bringing out your weaknesses, don't you start crying.
I'm like this. Weaknesses, see, I'm like this when it comes to a woman. I don't care how long we've been together. You could have gained weight. All that don't mean nothing to me. You still would look fine to me. I don't care what no one else thinks, say. That to me is like the thing about me. Because some people they worry about their spouse. They're like, oh, they don't put on weight. Oh, they don't did it. Oh, you don't look the same. Don't nobody look the same as we get older. but you
Right.
still look good to me. I don't care what they say outside. You still look good to me. If you got junk in the trunk that don't turn into grits, it still look good to me. You know what I mean?
You said
I don't
grits.
mind. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well, I agree with that. And even if the thought came across your head like, damn, he big. You know what I mean? It should it should just be in your head. You should never hurt someone's feelings and say it out loud.
Let's talk truth here. Let's talk truth here. Have you ever been with someone so long that you just stare at them from every angle, and no matter what they do, you just be like, okay, yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, that still look good. Yeah, that still look. And you know, it happens. You just everything.
That's what I'm saying. It should not enter out your mouth. But if you think it according to scripture, like if you think ill of someone, it's still a sin. But that's why I said, like, you know, if the thoughts in your head and you know, you just be like, Lord, you know, forgive me for just looking and saying, damn, you know, his ass sure started spreading. But you know that you're not going to say it out of your mouth, because then the next thing you know that person looking at you like, now let me see what done happened to you. That's why you have to be mindful of what you say.
Yeah. My only problem is, see, I know people have views about a Gemini, but my only problem is with me, and I see that as a problem. I love hard. I'm telling you something, man. When I love someone, I love all the way. I love hard. And what I don't like is when you get to feel like you love someone more than they love you. It's like, you can love hard, man. You can really
I don't like that type of one-way love. Like, you're right.
Yeah,
You're
like,
right there.
yeah.
That needs to be
and if
equal.
I love you, I'm going straight up. I'm going all out. That's just me.
Cassandra said, I met a lot of Gemini men. They are good men, but Geminis can be two-faced. That goes for a man or a woman.
Agree, but see, this Gemini man here, you know what I mean? That's why I got the nickname Sweet. I'm all honey. I ain't got no, my bad side. See, they always say twins. My bad side is still a good side. You know what I mean? I'm like everybody else. Like I said, I love hard. I just don't like, when I just feel like, you make me feel like I'm annoying you, or if I'm telling you how much I love you, showing you how much I love you, because some people are like, well, that's a little bit too much for me. Nah, it's never enough for me. I just think, give me all the love it's never enough. Some people it's too much for.
You know what? Some instances that's true, because I know that I can be moody. And let me tell you, my moodiness, no, you know what I mean? Because I think my weakness is that, first of all, I'm a go-getter, and I'm going to get it with you or without you.
There you go.
And second of all, like, some people need to hear, like, if you're not sitting there, oh, you did a good job. Oh, you look good in that. Oh, do you need some help? That's not me.
Yeah,
If truly, if I'm not coming to ask you for help, and then you're constantly, do you need help with that? Do you need help? Like, if I keep saying no and you keep asking, you're gonna get that look like.
See how you just said that? But see, and that's where the problem comes with me. See, I'm one of those that if I ask you, do you need help? I give you two acts. After that, I don't ask no more. I don't want to get help. But see, I'm one of those that I like to, see what can I do to help. I'm just always like, hey, you okay, sweetie? Oh, you this, that. That's just me, because that's just the heart that I have. Because here's the problem I learned. When you don't do that, then the woman is all like, oh, I mean, you act like you don't need to care.
It still depends. It depends on your mate. You should know the person that you're with. Like me, um, if I don't have my individual time, if I'm not giving my time and I'm fighting for that time and I'm fighting for that space and you don't give it to me, that's when my mouth just becomes reckless. And the next thing I know, I done said something that I didn't really mean to say. You know what I mean? Like I really didn't mean to say, go sit your ass down somewhere. What I meant to say was no. But I said no so many times. Now I'm mad because like you're taking away my space. And this is why I said when you get married and when you are in a relationship leading to a marriage, like don't lose your identity because you know you have to give that person space. And you have to have your space. It's going to come a time when you guys are together and you do things together. And then there's going to come a time when you just want your individual time, whether it's going out the door to hang out with your homegirl, whether it's just to watch your favorite movie, you know, or do some type of activity on your own.
Golden word there. You right there, sis. The golden word. You know, I was told that by a friend of mine a long time ago. Don't let no one change who you are.
Yeah,
if you're a loving person, keep being that. Don't let no one change who you are. Because, you know, no matter what, that's what you feel. And how you feel and how you are. Don't let no one change that. And I agree with that there, sis.
Yeah, let me read this comment. Cassandra said, well, I like a man like what you're saying because it's never too much love for me either. Marie said hands-on. Cassandra said sweet lips. That's the kind of man I want where love has been all my life. Where have you been all my life? Excuse me. I just read it. Marie said breathing down. Yeah, I don't like that. Let me tell you something. I just don't like that feeling of being smothered. Like there's a time that I like, you know, I love hugging up, you know, a good conversation. And then there are the times that I just want to be by myself, even though in a marriage you're sharing things, but then there are some things that you just have to figure out on your own because the moment you're bringing too many people in, you know, you become confused, and then it's just too many, you know, too many damn fires going at one time. It's like, hey, let me figure it out.
That's also the problem too. There's not enough hugging and bonding in some marriages. See, a lot of people they don't be, you know the hug enough and all that. Sometimes that's a good thing. That's express.
Right, but then it can be sometimes it's just too much. I'm not gonna lie, it can become too much. It can become you know, a thing of you know, one person's going to need a lot more attention than the other. Like some men, some women also, they need that constant reminder, oh, I love you, oh, you did a good job, you know, or you just find somebody just like, well, how did it go? How do you think let me just give y'all a prime example. Like my husband will sing and I can hear it, and I'm telling you, he can sing, he has a good voice. And he sounds good. And
that's true.
And let me tell you something, he'd be singing and I can be sitting at this desk and I'll hear the room door open, and the first thing that comes to my mind is, watch this motherfucker come and ask me, how did I sound? And here he come, how did it sound? Like, no. like you just know that person's gonna, and then you just be like, it sounds good, it sounds good. And it's like, sometimes people just need that ego stroke. Like, you know you sound good. I can tell by the way you open the door, you know you sound good. But you just want that reassurance. Let me just give you the reassurance. No, sometime to me, and this is just me, and this is probably one of my weaknesses because it is my strength. If I'm doing something and I know that I did it well, I'm not coming to you to ask you how did I do, because I already know it's done right. I don't need you to stroke my ego because I didn't stroke my own. And
Yeah, but
so
see, that's you.
I don't want, but
when
that's
it
what I'm
comes to,
saying.
yeah, but when it comes to your spouse, you got to stroke that ego
No,
sometimes.
no, no, no,
That's
no.
the whole idea of being
Sometime,
together. Sometimes you
sometime,
got to stroke that. You don't
sometime,
have to.
but don't always come asking because, first of all, you just sound needy, and then second of all, it's like you become a nuisance. Like, oh my God, here he comes, and he's going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, and I just know what is coming out. And sometimes I even try to go in the room before he even come out and be like, "Oh man, you sound great." And when I'm saying it, I'm not saying it because it's a lot. I'm saying, because let me just go ahead and tell you you sound good before you just come out and ask me you sound good, and let
But
me
you know
just
what?
get this
Here's
over
the
with.
thing though. Here's the thing though. Isn't that the same as, say, like, the example, your woman coming to you, talking to you about, say, things that's going on at work. You listen. You're not gonna say all the time like, I don't give a fuck, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't want to keep hearing that. Your job is to, hey, sit down and tell me what's going on. You know what I mean? How does, because
Right, but I don't want to hear every day what's going on at work. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Like if Big Johnny goes out to the karaoke and he sings, I don't want to hear what goes on over there. All like, damn, it's like I can just put it together before you even open up your mouth. Like there are just some things, and that's why I said people are different, and the opposites is what attracts. And
exactly.
some people
Yeah.
need that verbal. What word am I looking for? They're always looking for acceptance. And to me, know who you are, trust and believe in yourself.
Ain't that the part? See, ain't that the whole part of a marriage and a relationship? It's like you gotta, it's a give and take. Here's the thing. The whole idea is like confidence. If someone has,
Yeah, you have to be self-confident.
You have to build their confidence up. Same thing with a child. You have to build that child's confidence
Right,
up.
but
it's the same thing as an adult. You need a
right.
little confidence. You want to hear your husband say a little something sweet. You want to hear your wife. I mean, ain't
But
nothing wrong
it's
with
not
that.
the fact of hearing something sweet. It's just a fact of, let me just put it this way. Raising my kids, I put so much self-confidence in them that they have a lot of confidence in themselves. So when they enter into these relationships, they don't need that man or woman to build up their confidence because they're coming in with the confidence. You have to already believe in yourself, because sometime in a relationship, you are looking for a partner and not a child. I don't want to feel like I am raising you. That was your mother's job.
Okay, so is that like me? Okay, let's say something. Let's say that's like me building something, and say your girl come along and be like, "Oh, that looks nice. I like the way you built that. You know what I mean? You did a good job." What I'm supposed to say? I know I did. I need you to tell
No,
me
you
that.
just say no, but see, no. That's the apples and oranges.
Sure, I know I did.
No, you
And
just
then
say thank you.
Like, oh, what an ego you got. It's like, oh, you just
No,
like
you
that.
just say
So I'm
thank
good at
you.
what I do.
No, you just say thank you. But see, I'm not saying if someone comes along and say, what I'm saying is when you are living with that person, or now you done came from this relationship and now you guys are in a marriage, and here you are in a marriage still with all these doubts and insecurities, even though we are supposed to love that person for who they are, and as we saying, love them for their weaknesses, don't be judgmental, don't condemn them, you know what I mean? Even though that all comes into play, but at the same time, don't be a turnoff. Love, forgive me. I'm just saying, don't, because sometimes excess, um, oh, well, how did I look? Does the shirt look good on me? Like, you already know that. Oh, did I do this right? Do you do this right? It's like, show me that you have confidence. You know what I mean? Don't always come to me looking for, I want to ask you for your approval. I want you to ask for my approval, but I don't want it to be to the point that it just becomes annoying.
Right.
I
Right.
don't want it to be to the point that now, I'm looking at my husband, but you're acting like my child. That can cause a person to close up their legs, just close shop, like, hell no.
And now and
This
then
is
ain't no
not
wrong acting like a
happening.
little child. What's wrong with that?
No, but
What's wrong with
sometimes, because let me tell you what I have found and what I've come to know in 35 years. When you feed into the madness with them, you can't get mad at them when you done fed this bullshit the whole time.
That's true.
And so now they're so used to you coming like, oh, you did a good job, oh this and then oh that when you don't do it, they become upset because you have played into this shit.
Right.
And so that's why I said you have to learn. And that's what you're doing. You're learning one another.
But let's put that on. Let's put that on two, because that's men and women.
No. I didn't put no sex on it. I said that no, that's anybody.
Men, I think that goes like both ways, because some women are just as bad as men.
No. I agree. But I'm just saying, at some point in time, if you don't come together and have these conversations, you would never know when you are doing a little too much. But when someone sits down and have this conversation with you, don't get all in your feelings. So now I just can't hug. Like, what the hell?
That's true.
Don't get all into your feelings.
We said that before. Back in the day, such a long time, I always said, man or woman, sometime when you sit down, don't ask someone to be upfront and truthful if you can't handle the truth. If you're going to take it personal and all this stuff, other than that, then don't ask.
Or suddenly, they try to turn it around. But what about that time you like, hey, this conversation's over? Because you're taking it as an insult, and I'm not trying to insult you. What I'm trying to say to you, that in this area, you're being a little bit much. And that's how it comes, depending on who you are with. There's some conversations that you can have and people will get it. And then there are other times that you're going to have this conversation and you got to put on some kid gloves and go in with some KY, nice, easy, and slow.
Yeah, so what you tell? And here's another thing too that gets you. It's like when you do it, then you know the personality change when they be like, oh, okay, well, if you feel that way, I guess I won't be. Just like, I ain't even saying all that.
Right.
It's like, what the heck? What? Come
And
on,
that's the miscommunication. And that's what I'm saying.
I just won't ask anymore.
Right. That right there is a turnoff. Now we're having a conversation about our feelings or boundaries being crossed, and now you want to take this and turn this into an argument because your feelings are hurt.
Yeah. If I said you ain't cooked the rice right, and and I'm chewing this rice and it's like rocks, I'm just saying I want the rice a little soft. I ain't saying you do it all the time. It's just today I taste like rocks eating these rice. That's all I'm saying. The rice ain't cooked right.
But see, on that instances, like, you can just really go and recook the rice, especially if it's not happening often. Like, just go do the rice.
Yeah, hey, I don't play with the food. I don't play with the food. I don't play with the food. If you gonna mess with the food, we got a problem. I don't play with the food.
But you know what I'm laughing for, because sometimes when I'm baking something um, like this is what Big Jerry would say, and Big Jerry is my husband, and he'll say, "Hey, the next time you cook the steak, I'm not complaining about anything." He'll say, "But the next time, could you just take it out a little sooner because I just like it a little moist, not like really dry. It's not dry, but it's a little dry." And I'd be like, "Oh, okay." Like, I'm just sitting there like, okay, well, and the next time, I know that I'm going to cut that steak in half because, I like mine well done and he likes
There you
his
go.
medium rare. So,
There you go.
I
There
just
you go.
know that next time. But the fact that I just be cracking up inside because he'd be like, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that, you can't cook or anything, but I'm just saying, like, the next time, could you take the steak out a little sooner? Because, like, I like it when it's really soft. And it's like, oh,
It's,
okay.
yeah, yeah. There you go. See, ain't nothing
So,
wrong with that.
right. But now, if I said that to him, then the whole conversation would be different. If I said that to him, and then he would be like, fine, cook it yourself. Like, what? Like,
I got that sometimes. I got that sometimes.
but
Oh,
see,
I
that's
got
what I'm
that
saying.
sometimes.
Sometimes what we don't realize is that we bring our emotional damage packages into a relationship before we can fix ourselves. We're back
Right.
into another relationship, and now this here person really don't know that we came in damaged, and we're sitting there shocked like, what the heck is wrong with him? Like, did he just say the next time cooking myself? Like, he was really in his feelings about this.
Yeah. Hey,
But that
hey.
is the difference, and that is we want to show compassion, and there's a big difference between showing someone compassion and always whining for attention. I don't like people that whine for attention.
Yeah.
I don't like it in a relationship. I don't like it in a friendship.
Yeah.
I will run in the opposite direction. Like, if there's something about you and I pick it up, you know what I mean? And that's what people be saying, like, you know, oh, you bougie, you stand off. It's like, I'm not standoffish at all. I know what I'm going to deal with and I know what I'm not going to deal with.
Big time.
And if I accept you, I'm going to accept you for you. But at the same time, don't, like, when I used to have parties and I would go in my room and then the guests would be out there, and then the next thing I know, somebody come and look for me. What are you looking for me for? If I just walked away, that means I need a moment to myself. Go sit down. Go have a drink. You following me for what? Because some people need that space to themselves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm just one that needs that space to myself. If I'm sitting by myself and I could be on a computer, I can be reading a book, I can just be sitting there in a silent moment staring. And then the next thing I know, I would just hear my name call, and let me tell you something. Just from that name call, I'm on 5 already. Don't call my name again. Because you see I'm not responding to you. Like, why do you keep calling my name? You can see that I turn my head and look, so you know I'm not sitting here dead.
That's
Stop
true.
calling me.
That's true. That's true.
Like, some people just need their space, and that's the time from the beginning of a relationship that you are in, that you are taking that time to know that person. And it's not always about putting your legs up or getting down on your knees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sex plays a role, but you have to get to know that person, and you have to get to know that person when you know when that person needs space. You have to get to know that person when you know the way that person walked in that door, that they had a hard time at work. So you're not going to bombard them with questions. As a matter of fact, you want to take over because I want you to go relax because it looked like you had a hard day. I don't want to come into the door and you see the exhaustion on my face and you asking me 50 million things, including, can I take my clothes off? This is just not going to work out for me. It's just not going to work out. And it's part of learning. It's part of learning your mate. And this is how you guys come to be one. Really, that's how you come to be one, by learning each other. And if I'm not on board with you, give me that space, because I know that if I want this relationship to work, I know that if I want this marriage to work, that it's a give and take. And I'm going to have to bend. Either I'm going to bend with you or you're going to bend towards somebody else.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
That's just the bottom line. A relationship is a give and take.
Yep.
And you have to know who you with, what you can say, but you can't be so uptight that you expect someone to walk on eggshells and pins and needles around you the whole time. That's not going to work.
I agree with that, but I'm going to go back to the same thing I said again. It's all about, to me, when you know that you can open up, be honest without being criticized. Criticize or someone taking it the wrong way. That's the main thing to me inside a relationship. Like, look, if we're going to be truthful, let's be truthful. And then let's not pretend. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you got something to say to me. I'm not taking it personal, because here's the thing. I agree like this way. Whatever you say to me and I say to you, it's just going to make us better.
Yes.
That's how we learn.
Yes.
It's going to make us better, because there's things I need to improve and everything that you need to improve. So only way to find out is to talk about it and be honest. That's the way I look at it.
And not only be honest, but then also, I said this before, a lot of times when that argument ensues, it's because our tone was so messed up.
Yeah.
Our tone, it's not what we say, it's how we say it.
Yep.
That tone, you came to me in an accusing way. That tone was accusing. That tone was demanding. That tone was condescending. It is not what you say, it is how you say it. Let me read a comment. Sandra said, I'm like that too, girl. I agree with you, sweet lips. Communication is very important in a marriage. Communication is important in a relationship, period, because that relationship is going to lead into the marriage.
And sometimes what it is too, also in a marriage relationship, people don't talk. Everybody want to hold things back. They don't talk, and then they wait. And then you're right. The tone comes out differently because it's been building up. Now you come in this way, be like, oh, why are you talking? Because it's
like you're attacking that person.
Exactly. I've been holding back. You've been holding back. Now I say it in anger, and it's like, wow, people don't talk. It's like, come on.
It's that communication. You have to have that communication there. That communication is so important. So and knowing when you are wrong and apologizing. Now, this is another thing that can tee me off. Is when someone apologizes to you. Like if Jerry does something and he comes to me and he apologizes, and then he said, are you going to apologize to me for what? I didn't do anything. Why would I be apologizing to you? Like, no, I am not apologizing because I did nothing wrong. Like what would I say? Like, I'm sorry for telling you the truth, or I'm sorry for being right about whatever. It's like, I didn't get mad about the situation. You got mad about the situation. And so you come back to apologize. Now, don't ask someone for an apology when it's not due. Because at that moment, it's not a tit for tat. Well, if I apologize to you. Yeah. Now, if we both said some harsh words to one another, then we can both apologize. But if I told you something and it's not what you want to hear, and you got mad. Why am I apologizing for being honest? And why would I apologize when my tone was very low, but the truth? Because let me tell you something. Sometimes they say the truth will either make a person explode or the truth will set you free. And when somebody explode over something that you said, like there had to be some truth in it. So I don't believe, and that's why I said, do not lose who you are. I'm not going to apologize for really just saying the truth. I'm not going to do that. Now, eager to maintain the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace. Unity and peace are central themes throughout the Bible, emphasizing the importance of harmonious and loving relationships within the body of Christ. As believers, we are called to actively pursue unity by being peacemakers, resolving conflicts, fostering the spirit of cooperation and solidarity. The unity of the Spirit is a gift from God that binds us together as one body, and our willingness to maintain this unity reflects the commitment to following Christ's example of love and reconciliation. And that's what it's about also, trying to resolve the conflicts. But like I said before, I truly believe that if everyone is yelling, you resolve nothing. No one hears nothing.
I agree, but see, I solve my conflicts in a different way.
Okay, sugar lips. I mean, sweet lips.
Oh, well, but sometimes it works. Look, and I ain't talking about, smoking no boots. I'm just talking about I solve in a way where that once, whatever happens, I always end it in a sweet way. I always end it with a hug. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, that's just me. Because I don't want us to go to bed angry over something foolish. That I can't stand that. Especially when you having a disagreement over something just so foolish and so small. And some people don't. They actually carry it on, and then you're sitting there in knots in bed, you ain't talking to each other, and then you realize like, oh, it's something that stupid. It's like, I don't like doing that. That's not me. I don't like doing that.
And see, I'm the opposite. Now, if I'm mad about something and we just agree to just leave it alone, I'm already mad. So don't come wanting a hug and a kiss. Like, give me that time to just come back from 10 down to 0. When I'm mad and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, let me get a hug, let me get a kiss. It's like, I'm not Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I just can't go from what are you saying to that to like, oh, hell no. That's too many emotions.
I agree, but ask yourself, when you mad, see, that's the thing about it. Is it about something, am I mad about something that's just serious, or am I mad about something that's just so small and it's not even worth
and see, and that's what I would be mad about. I would be mad about how you took something so small and blew it up when it should have never happened. Right there, like, that's just me. When I'm just mad about something, just give me time to just reflect on what just happened, because a lot of times I will come and either apologize or I will come and say, you know what, we were just playing stupid right now. You know what I mean? But I can't go from to let's hug, because now I'm gonna look at you like, this motherfucker crazy. Like, no. I'm gonna start looking for bottles. I'm looking for something like, this is a high crazy. Like,
I ain't gonna front.
You just went from.
But when I'm really mad, I'm not gonna front. I either be quiet and I just keep looking, and it depends on what the situation is. I mean, if I'm really angry, before I walk away, I try to. Used to, but the word, it'll come out my mouth, and the word will be, and you in a minute, and then I walk off like, and then if you still walking behind me,
and see, I don't like that. I don't like that, because I'm trying to get away from that situation.
Right, I burst out more angry, like, you start saying something, I don't want to talk about it no more.
And
done.
that's when we start using words that we later regret.
Yeah, and it's like.
And you should not never push someone to that point where they're just trying to say, let's just let cooler heads prevail. You go here and I'll go here and give each other some time.
You're a woman. What is it about some women that when you do walk away, the first thing they say to you like, oh, you get to say what you want to say. Now you want to walk away because this ain't going nowhere. I can see this is about to go. It's like yeah, okay, I ain't got. And it's like now it got worse because you saying I'm walking away for a reason. It just ain't going nowhere.
I don't get upset with those words. Let me tell you what would piss me off even more when I'm walking away and I'm just saying, okay, the conversation's over. Big Jerry hates when I say that because he'd be like, you just gonna end the conversation? Like, yeah, this conversation's over, because it makes no sense. But now when I'm saying the conversation is over and you walking away and you mumbling something out loud that should be under your breath, and now I'm sitting there like, oh, so you think I'm playing, huh? And now next thing I know, that is right there is what I've been praying for. I've been praying. I've been asking the Holy Spirit, hold me here, because if I get up, this will continue. I be praying. Let me tell you, after that, I be asking God for forgiveness. Like, Lord, I know that I said that I was going to hold my tongue and I was going to remain silent. But this fool right here think I'm playing with her. Don't push somebody to that point. Don't.
So true when you walk off and then you leave alone and they walk up mumbling and then you hear.
You
can't help but you jump right on it. I'm good for that too because I'm just sitting there like, and you walk up mumbling and the first thing that come on my mind, I'll be like, I was going to let this go. And you're like, what the heck you just say? And it's like, oh, here we go. It's like, if you said nothing at all and mumbled it, I ain't hear, we'd have been good. It's like, yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. When you just be trying to have that cool off period, I'm telling you, I be like a witch on the broom. Let me go right in here and finish addressing this because obviously you did not want that to end. And then, but what I love about my husband, like, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but let me tell you something. 9 times out of 10, he done started that argument. And 9 times out of 10, he had to come back and apologize once he go away and think, or sometime I will just break it down. Because let me tell you something, and the reason why I'm saying that when everyone is yelling, no one hears exactly what each other is saying. Because sometimes when I'm yelling about something, and then he'll come back and say, you said this and that, and I'm looking like, well, when did I say that? Like, nah. See, because that's not what I said. That's why I said when there's a lot of yelling, no one can hear what the other one is saying, and you're just taking bits and pieces. And the pieces and bits that you're taking is all the negative stuff. You're taking all what I said, and that's why, like, sometime, and you know, I've really been working on this. Seems like I've been working on it for 35 years, but I've really been working on this, like, not to do that name calling. Because if I'm leaving you alone and you just keep on pushing, like, I'm going to do, and you know, and sometimes he just be looking too like, who are you? And I be looking at myself too, like, who are you? Because I'm scared of you, but you and me. I have to look at myself like, or sometime when I know that I'm wrong, I can look at myself and say, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. You trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. Like, girl, get somewhere and sit down.
That's true. That's true.
I have to say to myself.
I always feel like no matter who you are and what you do, that's much respect when you know you was wrong and to apologize. Hey, I was wrong. Yeah. Some people just don't want to do it. Like,
you have to be able.
Apologize and say you was wrong. It's like, come on, that's it.
Let me see. Cassandra said you have to be mature enough to walk away, and the other person too, and come back later and talk about it again. That's true. She said you got to give the person some time and yourself to cool off, and that's true. Yeah, you have to, and that's what I said. I like some people, they can get mad, and then it's like, oh, let's get in the bed. Like, oh, nah, you were not right up on this tonight, because if I'm
Man,
mad, it's mad, and we all shut down together as one.
wow,
That's the
see,
unit. We
messed
all gonna
up.
shut down together. I
See,
just
she
can't.
just can't have that. If
No, I can't do that. I can't go from
yeah.
that transition of I'm mad to, oh, I'm gonna open my legs. It's like, no,
Hey,
the
look,
shop is
ain't nothing.
closed.
I feel depending on the situation, ain't nothing but a little anger. After a little anger calm down, ain't nothing was going on there and get something stirred up. Hey,
Let me tell you what, we ain't stirring. We ain't stirring that.
it works sometimes. I'm telling you, that works sometimes, Joe. It works. And then y'all wind up just looking at each other like, yeah, that was so foolish. It's like, yeah. It's like, hey, it works.
No, that's just not gonna work. That's just not gonna work. Because I just said, if you still want to argue, you will be arguing with yourself, with me. Right. Sometimes you just have to walk away and know that, you know what, this is not going anywhere. We will stop this. And I think when cool heads prevail, then that conversation needs to be spoken about the tone. And sometimes we tend to say things just to get back at somebody, and what we're saying is not even true, so I don't even know why. And I think a lot of times that would piss a person off even more when they say something and what they said is not true, and then suddenly you burst out laughing. I don't know why that heats people up when you're just in the middle of an argument and you say something and it's like, oh, what? And then now you're even madder. Like, no, I'm laughing because, first of all, it's not even true. And second of all, you look real stupid saying it.
Right.
Because now you're coming to apologize for a false statement that you made. You know what I mean? It's like, be mindful of the tone that you use. Be mindful of the words that come out of your mouth. Be mindful of the lies that you will tell to get under someone else's skin. But on top of all, you have to learn to forgive. But to me, don't keep doing the same thing over and over and over and ask them for forgiveness, because now either you're a habitual liar or you're just a habitual shit starter. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and to me, that is the communication. We need to know how to communicate, and communicate on love. We need to communicate with respect. You know what I mean? If I come at you and it's something that, I think that you did, if I come and say, no, let's talk, because I just felt like I could be wrong, and tell me if I'm wrong, and then say it. You know what I mean? So that gives a person the time to say, no, that's not what I meant. And if I said that and you took it that way, I'm sorry. And everybody is still speaking in a nice, calm tone. Because guess what? When if there's children in the house, they learn it right there. Anger gets attention. Anger gets attention. Then they go out in the street and try that, and somebody's going to stop them, and then you're sitting here crying.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
we have to learn how to communicate without damaging one another. We have to learn to have patience with one another. We have to learn that we may look at each other like this person is perfect for me, but in the end, no one is perfect and everyone has their faults. If you say you don't have faults, then you're a liar, and you're only lying to yourself.
Right.
So, hey, again, guys, in God's promise for marriages, there is plenty that we can learn about ourselves, that we can learn about our mates, and there are changes. It's a 50-50. It is a give and take. It is a give and take. And if you truly intend on spending your life, the rest of your life with that person, then you have to bend.
That's right.
You
That's right.
you
That's
have to
right.
bend. I don't care
Right.
what it is. I don't care if it's in the bedroom. I don't care if it's cooking. I don't care if it's working. You have to bend because it's a give and take. It is
That's
a
right.
give
Give
and
and
take.
take. Yep.
Jesus.
Hey,
But guys,
what? I said yes, a give and take. I agree.
because I'm said, yes, that's true. Yeah, yes, that's so true. Yeah, you just it's a 50-50 thing. And you know, when it's all said and done,
And you gotta do what you gotta do to make each other happy. That's
right.
that's the
If
main
you
thing.
remain and if you try to remain um in a spiritual marriage, the Bible is always talking about love, kindness, you know, being gentle, being humble, being merciful, being forgiving. If you remain in that spiritual realm and build your marriage on that foundation, then you're always going to go back to your teachings like, you know what, I love this person, and if you know she didn't make the rice the first time, then you know what, we're going to go in and we're going to do this rice together. You know, if the steak was
Nope, you ain't gonna make
dry,
it myself.
no, we're going to do right, but we're going to do it because sometimes if you just do it together, you know what I mean, it still forms that bond there. And
Yeah, you
that's
right
what
about
you
that.
want
You
to
right about
form.
that.
You want to
And you
form
know,
a
yeah,
bond.
like baking a cake together.
Yeah,
You form that bond
yeah.
before you know you put the cake in the oven, and then next thing you know, you in the other oven. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you know, yay.
I am auctioning off my brother at this here moment. Whomever wants him can have him. And again, you may have to bring him back because he belongs to someone else. But it is Sledge, and that is my little brother, Sweet Lips, and peace and blessings to all. Yes, thank you for joining us, Marie. Thank you for joining, Cassandra. Thank you for the ones that's not commenting. Please put some like and love on the video. If you care to support the channel, you can send stars on to the point on Facebook. He first loved us on Facebook, and you can do super thanks on YouTube. But again, we will see you guys tomorrow, and we will continue on in God's promises. Tomorrow we will end this, okay? Because there's just one more page there. So tomorrow we will end this, and we will move on to the next part of God's promises for marriages. We thank you for joining us. Stay blessed. We're going to put an end to this 5-minute marriage, these little 6-month contracts, and it is Sledge, and it is Sweet Lips, and guess what? We are out of here.